Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? And welcome to the latest edition of Drew Mania Live. So great to have you with us on this Tuesday, the 26th day of March, the year 2019. And of course, is yours truly, Andrew L. Perry, coming alive and at you from the busy streets, which is Brooklyn, New York, as I chat to you what is happening in the world of sports. We got a lot going on for you today. We have the ncaa tournament. We have MLB to talk about, most importantly. So let's get right to it, shall we? As March is still reminded us, even though it's cold outside, it still reminded us that we're still in March. Even though it's no longer winter anymore, but March still sticking around until April starts showing up. But it's great to have you aboard. It's been around since I did the studio, since I've been here in a long time, and it's good to be here. Working here a lot and all the other stuff. And me personally, I've been working. We have a busy schedule. You gotta take time. We have a busy schedule. You gotta map up a lot of things, if you know what I mean. But today is not about me. It's all about sports. That's what we talked about. We're here to talk about what's going on in the world of sports. So that's what I'm here for. So I'm glad you guys are with us. So hello everybody out there. Hello everybody out there. For those of you who just tuning in on YouTube, welcome. Twitter, welcome. Any social media, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the show and everything. And we're gonna have a little fun here. All right, let's start off with the ncaa tournament, as the first weekend of the ncaa tournament begins. Not a lot of teams that you expect to advance eventually. Not a lot of upsets, but we did get a close one. And let's start off right there with Duke and UCF. I was going to say UNLV, but it's University of Central Florida, who really give Duke a scare and let Duke and give a lesson to Duke, so to speak. You could pretty much say on this game, even though Zion had a triple-double, 31 points, 15 rebounds, his normal game and stuff like that, Duke had I call a humble experience, because from the tournament began, everybody picked Duke to go all the way. Everybody. And Central Florida in this game showed Duke that Central Florida wasn't going to go away quietly. I haven't said all that. For me, with that call in the end, they should have let it go. To me personally, if it's a judgment call, you got to let the boys play out from here on out. But either way, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you don't call it, they're gonna bitch about it. If you do call it, they're gonna bitch about it anyway. So either way, with the call towards the end of the game, it's a give and take. That's the way I see it. Also, you gotta make your free throws. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're Shaquille O'Neal. I don't care if you're Steve Nash. I don't care if you're I don't care what position you play. And we've seen this way too many times. And I'm gonna go further back a little bit with Auburn and New Mexico State, which, by the way, Auburn should have lost that game. Let's be honest. Auburn was fortunate to win that game, but you saw in that game that you saw from Auburn that you wasn't I have to admit, yes, their offense is very effective, but I was not impressed the way they played throughout that whole game. First of all, that layup, that open layup, and you throwing it. No, wrong one. New Mexico State. It's a tie game. It's a 2-point game. It is 2 points. You don't have a lot of time. You don't have timeouts left. You don't have a lot of time left. When you had a wide open shot, you have to take the shot. Take the shot. Do not go for the three. Why are you going for the three? A three, I don't care if he's a 70 point, I don't care if he's a 95 point free throw shooter. When you just walk to the paint and you had a layup that is wide open, and if you saw that game, if you saw that Auburn, New Mexico game towards the end where the New Mexico player, I don't remember his name. I don't remember the player's name on top of my head. However, he was walking, he literally had a layup wide open. Go back on YouTube and check and look at the highlights. They had it wide open. And he passed it to a shooter that was 3 points. Yes, he should have made the shot. I understand that. But that's not the point. We had an open shot. We had an open layup. Take the damn shot. Take the damn shot. Why are you giving up that 2 right there? It's a wide open 2. That drives me nuts. And another thing, can we stop? When is it also a close game? Can you play some defense? Way too many times when the game is close, you don't turn out on defense. You don't have to foul right there. You don't have to foul. You don't have to foul. Unless you have to. But outside of that, you know, these little things, the fundamentals come to play in these type of games. You know, that helps you win games and lose games. And now I'm gonna go back to. I know I'm going back and forth, but I'm gonna go back to Duke. I'm gonna go back to Duke and Central Florida for a second. Central Florida had a good game. I have to give it to Central Florida. They had a good game plan. Their game plan was sensational. It really was. You know, you can't let Zion beat. You can't let Zion beat you. But if you let somebody else, or J.R. Barrett beat you, if you let somebody else beat you, you'll live with it. Now, fortunate, you know, Central Florida is a good team. They really are. They're a good team. They showed me something. Haven't said all that. I guarantee you, Krzyzewski I bet you they got an earful when Krzyzewski. Yes, you won the game, but they got a lot of work. Duke have a lot of work to do. And this game should be a learning experience. Should be. It should be. Okay? Because for the first time, because Duke, even though they're a favorite, they're the favorites. They gotta play. They gotta play better. They have to play better. They have to play much better that Duke is capable of playing. Because the ncaa tournament, you're facing nothing but good teams. Some are great teams, and you got to bring your A game every night to win that title. as far as well, let's move on to Virginia for a second. Virginia finally got a wake up call. They finally got a wake up call. When I saw they was losing in halftime, I said, "Oh no, not again." When they got the number one seed, I was thinking to myself, I don't know if everybody else feel that way. Why are you giving Virginia the number one seed again? Have we learned they lost to, they are the weakest number one seed in the history of the tournament? No, every number one seed you could go through the lines, have been strong, and you let a 16 seed beat you. I don't care how hungry they are. Well, you're the number one seed. Overall or not, you better take care of business. And Virginia didn't do that last year. But this year, Virginia has. And now they're in the Sweet 16. Kudos for them. And even if they get knocked out, they still had a fascinating season. But they gotta pick up the tempo a little bit, because this is the same team I seen last year. The team last year, they play good on defense, but they offense is slow. They don't score a lot of points, and that's what happens when you're a defensive team. When you're a defensive team, you don't score a lot, but they have to score a lot. I'm not saying be North Carolina. We're not saying you should be Duke. We're not saying any of that stuff. All that we're saying is that give your team enough offense so when your defense, because your defense is already solid. All you have to do is get the offense, score when you need to score. That's all it is to it. Now, as far as and my Tar Heels, my North Carolina, the Auburn North Carolina game in the Sweet tomorrow, Thursday. It's going to be the most exciting. I believe it's Thursday. I think it's Thursday or Friday. I think it's Thursday. Either way, probably going to be the best game out of the whole tournament. Got to be the Bulls game. Their offense is more explosive. Both explosive. If you don't think Auburn is explosive, ask Kansas. Even though Kansas to me had a quiet season. They didn't really do nothing much. They didn't even win the Big 12, but they didn't even win the Big 12. But Auburn, they're a good team. They're a really good team. They're really, really good team. No. This is a fascinating team, you know. But I think North Carolina obviously is a better team than them. They have more firepower, and they have bigs. Luke May is a scary guy down the line. And the more I look at Luke May, tell me if you disagree or not. He reminds me a little more of Bill Laimbeer, a little bit. Like his size. Tyler Hansbrough was big. But the only difference is he didn't Tyler Hansbrough, first of all, Psycho Tyler Hansbrough, Psycho T, remember? Tyler Hansbrough, he was a scary guy, but he's not nothing like Luke May. Luke May do the dirty work. Luke May do more dirty work than Tyler Hansbrough. That's a fact. Anybody who watched North Carolina in 2008, the year they won the title, go back and watch